All right, today I'm really excited. I'm going to do a video tutorial of how to use Python, Hubspot private apps, and Excel to automate the process of creating a data pack. Now, this is something I used to have to do every single week. It used to take me hours, and I've got it down to just one line of code. So stick around. I'm going to show you how to do it. Right, so before we jump into the tutorial, I'll give you a little bit of a preview of exactly what I'm talking about. Here you can see we've got an empty Excel file, but I've got tabs and placeholders for where the deals and the companies will go. Now, normally what you would have to do is you'd go into your HubSpot account, you would have to download everything, copy and paste it over. It takes a bunch of time and effort that we don't want to have to waste our life doing. So from here, what we can do is simply type in Python hubspot.py, and what this is going to do, it's going to use that private app. It's going to fetch, you can see the deals, the companies, it's going to write it to that Excel file. And now when I go back and I open that Excel file, you'll see that our data is actually going to already be populated. The deals and the companies are going to be populated. And now I can run this every time I want updated information. So stick around, I'm going to walk you through every step on how to do this. All right, so our first step is going to be to create something called a private app inside of HubSpot. Now, what this app does is it allows us to connect to HubSpot through code remotely and access information like the deals and companies. So to do this really easy, we go into HubSpot, go to settings. Inside of settings, you're going to see integrations. In integrations, we've got our private apps. You can see I've already got one here. I'm going to create a new private app. So we create a new private app. It'll give us some very random name, which you can check and change. Delicious Dreams, sure. So before we creating it, we need to decide our scopes. And our scopes tell this app what it has access to and what it doesn't. And for the example that we're working on, we really only need two scopes. We need to give it access to read companies and also read our deals. So once we've created these two scopes, then this private app and anybody accessing this app is going to be allowed to read those through the code. So we'll click create. It's going to give us a little bit of a blurb. We're going to say sure, continue. And then the most important part here is our token. So we're going to show the token here and copy it and put this into Notepad, put this somewhere because we're going to need this for the next step, which is setting up our Python script. All right, so now that you have the token from the private app, the next step is simply going to be dropping it into the Python script. Now, if you haven't got the Python script yet, make sure you go to our website and download it. So once it's open, and you can open it in Notepad, or I like to use Notepad++ for this, any text editor will do. Once you have it open, the only thing you really need to do is you need to do three steps. You need to paste your token here where I've highlighted, which is right at the top of the script. You need to update the name of the Excel file that you're going to use, and that Excel file has to be in the same folder as your Python script. There's going to be more instructions you'll see on the website to go over this. And then the last thing to do is set your fiscal start month. We do this because we've got some extra columns that are going to come out in the Excel that help you with your fiscal quarter and fiscal month and building easy data. So if your fiscal year is calendar, you're going to set it to 1. If it's offset and you start in February, you'll set it to 2, and so on and so forth. So go ahead and add your HubSpot token, your Excel file name, and your fiscal month, and save that file now. All right, so now that you have your Python script updated and saved, the next step is simply to run it. So to run it, all we're going to need to do is we're going to need to open up a command prompt. First, we're going to need to navigate to the folder, and there's a variety of ways to do this. I'm just going to copy the address, go back into the command prompt, and get to that folder. So now we're located on the folder where we have both our Excel file and our Python script, and we simply need to run that script now. So we use Python hubspot.py, and what this is going to do is it's going to fetch that data, do the companies, write it to Excel, and we're done. All right, so hopefully, now that you have this, you can use this to save yourself countless hours every single week, month, and quarter, downloading, copying, and pasting data into Excel or even Google Sheets and getting it up and running and ready. Now, this is just the start of a series. We're going to work through many different examples, taking this and not only extracting data from HubSpot, but we'll look at getting information from other areas. We'll look at using the same Python file to compute and change and do some math on information so that we can create really robust data sets and new charts and graphs. So if you want to get more information, make sure you do two things. One, make sure we're connected together on LinkedIn because a lot of my announcements will come through there. And two, make sure you're signed up on our website to receive information because I'll also email people when there's new drops of videos or information, free tools, things like that. So that's it for today. This is our first one, so hopefully you like it, and hopefully there'll be lots more coming back.